Let me ask you another question, but what about plant sterols?
Well, I love plant sterols. It's another one, and I've lectured about plant sterols and plant sterol glucosides. There's a couple different categories of plant sterols. People will hear plant sterols and they'll go, oh, the cholesterol lowering stuff, right? Like the butter that's out that lowers cholesterol is a plant sterol. So there's plant sterol esters. Those lower cholesterol. And then there are things called plant sterol glucosides. And plant sterol glucosides were actually developed in South Africa to help the African population to be able to improve their immunity because of the amount of AIDS or HIV infections that were taking place in African nations. And so they developed an extract from plants. It's a plant fat, but also a plant fat with a sugar attached to it. That's called a plant sterol glucoside. And the beautiful thing about plant sterol glucosides, and I use these extensively in my practice because it's one of the few things I've seen that if I give it to you, it helps to balance your immune system. So that if one portion of your immune system is running too hot, it cools it down and allows the other portion of your immune system to come up to its ability and potential to work for you. Because in the end, every day that we live, Lyle, we end up marching towards autoimmunity. All of us. It doesn't matter who we are. As we age, our immune system disrupts. And as it disrupts, it becomes dysfunctional. That's why a flu bug is so just absolutely a drastic problem for the elderly, because they don't have that part of their immune system to attack it anymore. So it becomes life-threatening. Whereas a flu bug maybe in a 35-year-old, you get it, your immune system reacts, you get over it, right? So plant sterol glucosides, I think, are, they were first brought into the market and everybody was talking about them, for the immune system, for just what I said. Oh, it's going to help you with colds and flus, that kind of thing. But what's more important is every chronic illness that we know, for the most part, has an immune component now. We know the immune system is sending out too many inflammatory compounds. Either it's attacking and causing inflammation on your arteries, or inflammation in your brain, or inflammation in your tissues, or it's actually attacking your tissues. Say, for example, in thyroiditis, where your immune system goes and attacks your thyroid gland. So using plant sterols, the plant sterol glucosides, I think are essential for people today, because I don't know how people's immune systems aren't getting assaulted on a daily basis. I mean, I got to tell you, and this is the honest to God truth, Lyle. My son has been on Moducare, which is a plant sterol glucoside. They have a chewable form in kids, so since the age of 2, he's 10 years old. He's never been to the doctor for a cold or flu or bacterial strep. He absolutely recovers from when he does get a bug. In 48 hours, he's getting over it. And I really believe it's because, first of all, we make sure he gets good rest, and he does have to be active and exercise, and he has learned how to eat good whole foods and enjoy them as a young child without forcing him. But more importantly, I firmly believe that the plant sterol glucosides and Moducare, and I've done it for a lot of my other patients, my pediatric patients in our practice as well, it's one of the best things I've ever seen to feed the immune system and counterbalance those shifts that occur due to environmental illness, stress, and other issues that take our immune system just aging, out of its optimum performance.
I hate to always be vouching for these things, but one of the beauties of it is that if you have something like, whether it's herpes that comes out every time you get stressed, or
Right.
cold sores and whatever it might be.
Right.
It was recommended to me that I take Moducare, and I thought, but I mean, I've
Right.
worked with all you folks that are in this business, and so I started to take it. And interestingly enough, that's the only thing in my adult life that has completely wiped out that problem. It certainly does something to take care of that particular aspect of your health, your immune system.
Well, and Lyle, I mean, I talk about whatever the best products on the market are, because I do research. I consult with a lot of different companies. I don't support any one company or involved in any one company. So I like to think that I have a fairly unbiased, although from the standpoint of I'm an advocate for natural products because I'm so excited over the last 30 years of using natural products, what I have seen, just like you, for you to be able to overcome chronic cold sores and herpes outbreaks just by the simple use of a dietary supplement. I'm telling you right now, there's no drug that does that.
I'm sure that's true. And
I just know working with patients, it doesn't happen. That's the beauty of natural products and the beauty of a product like Moducare. I think the more important thing on Moducare is that people need to think of it as a food and they're taking it as a maintenance because this conversation started off with what are the important things you do day in and day out. Well, you've got to feed your immune system the support that it needs to maintain the good fight on the war that's being waged against the environment and stress and gosh, these economic times, right? Even these economic times, people are fearful. That creates immune shifts. And one of the biggest things that throws off your immune system is stress. It's one of the biggest things. You look at a diabetic's blood sugar numbers, you can see exactly, I can tell them when they were under stress. They say, oh, you must have had a period of stress these last 3 weeks here. How did you know that? Well, your blood sugar went up 20 points at baseline. That's how powerful it is. And that's how it affects your immune system too.